Hi everyone, my name is Dmitry, and today I'm going to show you an intro to the use case of Salesforce Data Loader with Skyvia's data integration product. So a few words about us. We are part of Devart company, which has been operating since 1997. Devart has more than 100 of products in data connectivity, database management, and data integration verticals. We have quite a few of enterprise customers, and some of them are listed here. These are companies from Fortune 100 and Fortune 500, AT&T, Boeing, Pfizer, Toyota, SpaceX. Skyvia itself was founded in 2014. The result of the knowledge that Devart has gained at that time. So we decided to launch a pure SaaS web-based platform. Now we have more than 100 of connectors. By connectors, we mean cloud apps, databases, data warehouses, file storages. Now we have more than 2,000 of paying customers. They are all subscribed to one of our or several of our products. We deliver the following use cases: data warehousing, data migration, data enrichment, and also other products like backup. We also deliver backup solution for cloud apps. There are a few big customers that we have as of today. These are General Electric, Panasonic, NASA, Hyundai, and Telenor, and 7-Eleven. Today we're going to discuss best practices of Salesforce data integration through CSV, and I'll show you how these integration pipelines can be built in Skyvia. At the end of the webinar, I'll show you the pricing and comment on the included functionality that allows us to stand out from the competition. So let's start from the basics, I guess. What is data export in Salesforce? Salesforce data export is the extraction of system records performed for three main purposes: to back up your data, to integrate with another system and import data there, or to have the data in a spreadsheet format for reporting. Salesforce data export can be performed in two ways: manually or automatically. Manual data export can be easily done with built-in Salesforce export functionality, Data Export Wizard. The service is available in the setup menu for manual weekly or monthly data extraction. The wizard also can export data automatically, but at the same time, at the same intervals, but with certain Salesforce edition limitations, unfortunately. For example, you can generate exports every 7 days in performance and enterprise editions, but in developer and professional editions, you can create exports only every 29 days. For advanced and automatic data exports, the best tool would be Skyvia integration export scenario. It allows performing mass data export, where you can specify the configuration, data sources, actions, and actually automate the data export process. As a target, you can select manual download, and the resulting CSV file will appear right in the browser, or you can automatically upload the resulting CSV file to one of the supported file storages like SFTP, FTP, Dropbox, Box, Google Drive, OneDrive, Amazon S3, or Azure file storage. Skyvia supports more than 100 of connectors, so if you have other cloud applications or databases in your stack, you can also regard Skyvia as the expert scenario for them. What is data import in Salesforce? Salesforce data import is a process of data insertion into your Salesforce org. There are quite a lot of use cases where a company would need to enrich their Salesforce tables from other data sources. One of the most popular ones, integration of data from legacy ERP systems into CRM. Or this can be not only ERP, in fact, any system that can export its data in CSV format, but not supported by modern ETL tools. Sorry. Given you are all quite experienced Salesforce users and administrators, you know all to-dos, checklists before you actually start enriching your Salesforce tables. But anyway, let's walk them through quickly. So first of all, decide on the tables and columns you actually want to push. Then perform data cleanup. Determine what really needs to be integrated and what doesn't bring any value. Think over data aggregation from various data sources in a single flat file. Perform data formatting. Most probably columns or of tables that come from various tables are named differently, or probably you will need to remove commas from numeric values. Review your CRC file and make sure the data there is correct and ready for import. As well as with the export, you can import data into Salesforce manually or automatically. The most easy and straightforward way for manual data import is Salesforce's native data import wizard. It's available in the setup menu. With data import wizard, you can specify the configuration criteria, data origin, and field mappings that display the field names in your import file with the field names in Salesforce. And it's a fairly seamless process once the rules of data importation are followed, of course. However, there are a few significant drawbacks, I would say. So the import wizard has limitation of up to 50,000 records of import at a time. This is a showstopper for most data import cases, but it will work for sure for simple minor integration tasks. Your import file can be up to 100 megabytes, but each record in your file can exceed 400 kilobytes, which is about just 4,000 records. Each imported node and each imported description can exceed 32 kilobytes. Text longer than 32 kilobytes will be truncated. And also delete operation is not available. And the wizard supports all the custom objects and only a few standard objects like account, contact, campaign, members, person accounts, leads, and solution. Fortunately, there are tools for advanced data import with much broader functionality and lesser limitations. For example, Skyvia's integration product import scenario. I guess it's a high time we move to the demonstration of the platform itself. By the way, I'll activate a poll with 2 simple questions. Please answer these questions so I can better understand how you can run, how you usually run your integrations around Salesforce. Okay, so the poll is active actually. Now I think we should move to the demonstration of the platform. Guys, by the way, can you hear me well? Everything is fine. Okay, I guess everything is okay. Thank you, Caitlin. Thanks. Perfect. So Skyvia has 4 products, but today we're going to talk about just one of them, the data integration or integration. The data integration product has 6 different integration scenarios: import, export, synchronization, replication data flow, and control flow. Every single one of them was designed for a different technical purpose. For instance, the replication was designed for creating replicas of your cloud app data, like Salesforce, in a relational database. You can select tables you want to replicate, create filters, run integrations incrementally. It's a very handy tool. There is no need to create and maintain tables in the database manually. All you need is just to configure the package and run the replication. Everything else will be done by Skyvia's replication. So the replication is the perfect fit for the scenario of data warehousing. Our customers, for example, often collect data from various cloud sources in a database or in a data warehouse, and then they build analytics there. Then they either send the result of this analytics somewhere further to other apps and databases, or just build insightful dashboards and reports in BI tools. This sync or synchronization scenario allows you to configure a bidirectional data integration between different sources upon business need. For example, you can sync subscribers of MailChimp with contacts of Salesforce, so that once you have a new contact in Salesforce, it's automatically added to the subscribers list upon the next synchronization package run. Or if you just want to sync, say, contact tables between two different Salesforce orgs, the sync package would be also a perfect choice. As you may imagine, there can be quite a lot of business use cases or technical use cases that can be solved with the sync scenario. So these two guys, content flow and data flow, are advanced data integration solutions that allow building complex data pipelines on a diagram. Sometimes such tools are called data pipeline designer. But let's have a look at two scenarios that are actually the topic of our today's webinar: export and import. The export package, let's select it. The export package was designed for exporting data from cloud apps databases in CSV files. You select data source from which you want to export your data, and then select a target and create your first task. So given we're speaking about Salesforce and integrations around Salesforce, I'll choose Salesforce as a task connection here. So there are actually two target types that you can select. So it's CSV and download manually. This means that once the integration is over, you will get a link by clicking which you will be able to download the CSV file to your personal computer to downloads folder. Or you can automatically upload the CSV file to one of the supported file storages, like the ones I've mentioned at the very beginning of the webinar. And also, once you select the file storage, you can select the folder to which you will be going to upload the files. You can select the code page and other options. So let's select the simplest method and just download the file locally, so I can just show you how it works. So the next step here is to add your first export task. So we click Add New. As you can see, we have two modes here: simple and advanced one. So if you want to select the advanced method, it will allow you to execute command, query, or even run report. So this is needed if you want to narrow down your integration task to certain records that correspond to certain criteria. However, let's stick to the simple mode, just not to waste your time watching me trying to build an SQL query. So let's select object that we want to export from our Salesforce instance. Let it be contact. So we selected contact table. You can see here that we have the list of all columns available in my Salesforce test org. If you want, you can uncheck certain columns and they will be excluded from the resulting CSV file, or you can just leave them as is. Moreover, you can create a filter condition for your export task, and you can filter out certain records by certain filtering criteria. For instance, created at, where is it? Okay, created dates equals to some date, or more than, or lesser, or whatever. You can even create group condition for your filter with and or logical operator, which, as you can imagine, makes the capacity of the filter quite powerful. You can also compress the resulting CSV file to zip or gzip, and that's important thing, you can specify the target file name for the resulting CSV file. This is needed for the situations when, let's say, you have some third-party system that understands just certain file name formats, and you can specify this file name format here, and that third-party system will understand that they should take this file and import to their databases. Here you can name your columns, or you can change order if needed. Actually, that's it. The export task is ready. Then we hit create. By the way, if you need, we can add more tasks to the same package by selecting other or the same table. Now hit save and click run. So now we're reading and retrieving data using queries from my test Salesforce org and forming a CSV file. In the meantime, I can show you the scheduling options. You can run exports as well as other scenarios within the integration product on a certain day of the month, or days of the month weekly, on a certain day of the week, or days daily, or recur every few hours, or even minutes. So this can be near real-time data integration if needed, if you need that frequency. You also have a log here. So once you have some history here, you can see, you can open any integration and see what was going on. If you go to the monitor section, you will see that we have just exported this number of records, and we can see that this quantity is clickable. If we click it, the file is downloaded to my downloads folder. Now I can take this file and send somewhere. Actually, that's it about the export. I guess you may wonder about the top use cases of the export package in general. Say you want to send certain data from your Salesforce org to a few different vendors. Okay, you can automate the process so that Skyvia will be creating the files in accordance with your requirement and upload them to the file storages of your vendors. Or say you want to export your data from your Salesforce down to your ERP in case this ERP is not supported by us or another ETL or ELT tool. You can do such an integration manually using CSV as a man-in-the-middle solution, so to say. To do so, you first need to configure an export package from your Salesforce instance, and then configure an import package on the side of your ERP or that wherever app or database this is. So let's move on to the import. As you can see, we have pretty same user interface for the import. And even though the topic of our today's discussion is CSV import and export, I would like to stress that the import scenario allows you to use as a data source not only CSVs, but also databases and data warehouses. You can see the fullest sources available here. These are all labs that we support as of today, and we had like almost every week we release new connectors. But let's select just yeah, and again we can upload the file manually, meaning just using drag and drop and pasting the file, and we also can select as an option CSV from a file storage that we have connection to, and select the folder there, etc. As well as with the export, the first thing you should do after you select it, the target is to create your first import task. So we can use drag and drop and paste file here. Now we can see that we can select the CSV separator, text qualifier, or the listener locale and code page. Here we should select the target definition, meaning the table to which we will be importing data to. So given we have contact there, I think we should select contact here as well. These are the DML statements that we support: insert, update, absort, or delete. Let's select absort as an example. Now here comes the mapping. As we can see, the fields, the columns with the same names are mapped automatically, but if we fail to find corresponding name, such columns should be mapped manually. From mapping perspective, we support column with an import and CSV file as a source. Constant mapping, expression mapping that supports mathematical string datetime function. So you can see that we can create quite a powerful transformation while you're actually loading your data from CSV to Salesforce. And target lookup. That's it for mapping. Actually, we can save the task, and we can add more tasks to the same package if needed. As well as for the export, the scheduling option is also available, so we can create up to near real-time data integration for your import package. You may wonder about the use cases of the import scenario. Actually, with import, you can return results of analytics back to your Salesforce org. For instance, for leads, like after the analytics model that we built that resulted in lead scoring or customer health score or whatever. So you will have some certain figure that you would need to import back to Salesforce. Let's say lead scoring, so that your sales team can just sit in the morning, open their Salesforce org, and see the leads with the top score, and then they can prioritize their work for this day. Then you can integrate financial or other ERP data with the Salesforce data. Data integration from your integrate data from your marketing apps such as HubSpot and push it to Salesforce in order to see the whole user funnel. Bring suppliers data to your Salesforce instance, or integrate orders between your, say, Shopify account and your Salesforce, and it will work as follows. Once your order is created, then the change is reflected in the CRM, and a new order is created there. So all in all, the import scenario would be a perfect choice for business process automation, of course, 360-degree customer overview, and Salesforce to Salesforce data integration automation. So now let's move on to the most interesting part, the pricing structure. All new registered users are on the free pricing plan by default. And it already allows you to run small integrations up to 10,000 of records per month. As a record, we consider a row that was extracted in export scenario, or processed, meaning inserted, updated, or deleted in import. Unlike most competitors, we give awesome perks to all users starting from even free pricing plan, meaning we don't limit the number of Salesforce users and connections. All integration tasks never expire. SFTP is available as a source and as a target, even of the free pricing tier. No file size limits for attachments. Community and email support is available, and email notifications for all of your tasks from the very beginning. So now let's discuss the advantages that you can get in Skyvia and most probably won't find in a single vendor offering at a time. For example, Amazon S3, Google Drive, OneDrive, Azure File Storage as a source and as a target. Database, data warehouse, cloud app to Salesforce, direct import. Salesforce to database, data warehouse, cloud app, direct import. Salesforce to Salesforce, synchronization. Salesforce to database, data warehouse, replication. Annual subscriptions with 20% discount, and various payment methods available such as credit card, wire transfer, purchase order, or PayPal. So data integration product pricing plan mostly differ on the number of records you plan to load per 1 month. You can see here. and the complexity of integration pipelines. If you need advanced mapping features such as expression, relation, source lookup mapping, I think you would better go with the standard. If you need to build advanced data pipelines with control flow, then I think the professional tier would be the perfect choice for you.